Welcome to the Darlaina Rose Show. Here we are again on location at the Healing House of Roses. I'm so excited to be back on the red couch with another guest with more information just for you. This platform is just for people just like you, for the artists, the creatives, the people who otherwise wouldn't have a place to tell their stories. So we're here to tell our stories. We'll be right back.
What is sent to me on the past, let it go, let it flow. If you know, then you know what you know. The Darlaina Rose Show.
Spruill. I'm so excited to have her here. Her business is called Success Beyond Strategz LLC. Welcome to the couch.
Thank you for having me. I am excited to be here. Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Me too. You too are an amazing businesswoman and a seasoned business owner. I'm excited about that because, you know, there's some words that people say to themselves. Those words that they tell themselves that I missed the boat. I'm just at an age now where I just can't do it. It's too late. But tell us, it's not too late.
It's not too late.
It's not too late.
It's not too late.
What started this business journey for you, and how long have you been in business?
I've been in business now for 35 plus years.
Wow.
And honestly, it started when I turned 60 years old.
Wow.
I knew I was turning in another trajectory of my life, and I wanted to make a difference in that second half. So I ended up looking at what I have been doing for over 25 years at that point, and it basically started with solving problems.
Yeah.
And I've always said, and I'm penning it as a quote, if you can solve a problem, you could be a millionaire in America. So I said, well, instead of people coming to me with challenges, why don't I meet them in the beginning before it becomes a challenge and help them get their businesses off on the right foot, starting their journey.
So you said, if you can solve a problem, you could be you could become a millionaire in America. So okay, let me say it all together. If you can solve a problem, you can become a millionaire in America. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at how beautiful you look. And I'm looking at these beautiful glasses because, you know, I am a glasses connoisseur.
Yes.
You know, these are the Darlaina Rose brand, right? So I'm looking, and on the side of your glasses it says words. Can you tell us what the words are and what they mean?
Yes, I can. When I relocated from New Jersey to Georgia, I said, well, I need to move my business with me. I said, okay, God, what am I going to do with this business? So in my meditative time, spending time with him, he called me the business midwife. Because what I've always done was help people take their vision, mission, and purpose and birth it into a legal entity, a legal reality. And in that process of taking people through their trimesters of their business, taking them from taking their vision and mission and purpose, telling them to write it down, make it plain,
Yes.
so that it's coming out of your head and out of your heart on paper. So you have a visual, and then you're able to take the steps to develop the foundation and the different levels of infrastructure that you need to make when you're starting on your business. So it's making sure that it's a legal entity, federally, from your state, making sure that you have the right documentations in place so that I'm helping you prepare your business for funding by making sure that you have business addresses, your business emails, your business phone numbers, so that when a funder wants to look at what you have in a business, they can take you seriously. It's nothing wrong with working from home, but they don't have to know that you're working from home. So it's positioning people to make sure that I'm able to, because I'm an awesome referral hub. I love referring people because I know I don't do everything, whether I could or not. That's just not good business. So it was developing my network over the years And I'm able to, now that we've done this foundational, now I can send you to make sure that you have business insurance. Now I can make sure that you have the different funding sources. Now I'm able to connect you with the right community to be able to be successful in what you're doing.
You see my face? My face is like this because I feel like after listening to you, I done missed some steps. You hired. You definitely are hired, okay? I think I said that this week.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you hired. So the business midwife. And you said mission,
Vision and purpose. Everyone is born with a gift.
yes,
Some multiple gifts. But what you need to do is hone into that one gift that it's effortless for you. It's sweatless. It's something that you can do breathing, sleeping, eating. It just comes so natural to you. That is where your wealth is.
absolutely.
That's the gift God gave you to generate the power of wealth that you need to bring to your life and however you serve your community.
That's amazing. Mission, vision, and purpose. So everybody has.
Everybody born has one. They have a vision, but they have to take the time to seek that vision. They have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. You need to, that's your responsibility to find out what that is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I like that because, sometimes we don't even know that we're in purpose or on purpose. We just find that there's something that's gnawing at you and you have to listen to it, whatever it is, and you find yourself not being successful at jobs and all of that. And that's because your purpose is calling.
Yes.
Tell me what that face means.
Woo, we can talk about that. We have come to understand, especially entrepreneurs and business owners, if you are finding yourself jumping from job to job,
Yes.
you're always finding the same challenge on a job that you go to, it's because you are unemployable. You were destined to operate a business. When I look at my sisters and I say, okay, this one's been on her job 30 years and this one's been on her job 30 years. What's wrong with me? Why can't I stay on the job every 5 years? Because I'm unemployable.
Yes.
I'm a creator.
Yes.
I help people to create. I help people to birth.
Yes.
So it was a challenge to be able to, I'm not a conformist. I just can't.
See,
I
now,
just can't.
if that's you and you have been trying to figure out why you can't stay on your job, why you're having such a tough time with longevity at a job, it is because you are being forced to go towards your purpose.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
I think that's a nugget. I think that's something
Absolutely.
that a lot of people probably did not know until this very moment. That if you are having a tough time holding a job, keeping a job, staying at a job, it's because it's not your purpose. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So once we have the purpose, then you help a person to write the vision, to make the vision plain. I know some books on where that says that you should write the vision and make it plain.
Absolutely.
And it's something about people without vision perish.
Yes.
Something like that. You heard that before?
Yes, I have. It is, hey, I'm not going to apologize for it. It is in the Bible. It is scripture.
Yes.
And we've heard the saying that there's so many people. The greatest gifts, unfortunately, are in a graveyard.
Absolutely.
Because they died without finding out what that purpose is. Unfortunately, our suicide rate, honestly, is a result of people not finding out what their purpose is. Yes.
So tell me, now that you're doing this for others, tell us what your purpose is.
My purpose is I get the fulfillment of knowing that a person can still call me 10 or 15 years later and say, Laverne, I need to make a business decision, but I don't want to make it without getting your feedback. That is my ultimate joy.
Yes.
But I guess one of the main things that I do want to do, there is a foundation I'd like to put in my son's name because he was considered a school dad. He took upon himself the young boys in school that, for whatever reason, their fathers were not active in their lives, and he became that for them. And we see a lot of male mentoring programs, and I know a lot of people will say, well, you're not a man, how can you lead that? I'm a firm believer in community, and I know I cannot do that by myself. That would be my ultimate purpose and dream. But along the way, in the meantime, while that's being developed and birthing, vision writing, mission writing, and purpose writing, to know that I can reach every demographic with what I do, because everybody has to start in the same place, and that's establish a legal entity for their business,
Yes.
so that they can take advantage of the resources that is available to them without that stumbling block or that hindrance. Well, you don't have your paperwork together, you don't have your accounting system in place, you don't have your bookkeeping in place, you don't have a structure or a infrastructure that we can see growth. You know, when you go on shows like Shark Tank or whatever, they want to see that you made the first $500,000.
Yes.
You have to have structure, you have to have strategies in place. And that's what evolved my business to Business Strategz, because it's taking your plans, taking and developing strategies to execute the plan so that the plan becomes a manifestation of what you want to see.
Ooh, ooh, that's so good. So I'm just gonna back you up a little bit. You talked about your son. Tell us about your son. Why, I don't know any stories, so tell me about your son and why you want to put this in his name.
Well, what made me move to Georgia was the fact in 2017, he transitioned. He was a driver for Kroger's grocery store. And he sacrificed himself to keep others from being hurt. And the amazing thing about how he transitioned, there was no organ system that was damaged in any way. And I just looked at that as a miracle from the point of he didn't suffer. But I just loved the work he left behind, the lives he touched, the especially young men, and being in that arena, having grown up in ministry with myself, we always served the youth. So I wanted to continue that because at my particular age, yes, do I want to let people in my demographic understand that you are just beginning your life? If you are living, breathing, and vertical, you still have purpose. There's still wisdom for you to distribute to our younger generations, even our 30 to 50-year-old ranges. There's something that you can deposit in them that they can use. So knowing that he had that type of heart to reach the youth, I just want to continue that mission. I want to continue that purpose. I'd like to see our young men, especially our young men of color, to pursue the visions, the missions, the purposes. No, you don't have to work for someone. There's 8- and 9-year-old millionaires out here now because they have found their purpose and they had the family support to do that. And I'm going to tell you why that's important. You know the windshield wipers on the back of your vans and vehicles?
Yeah.
I told my uncle about that when I was 8 years old. Oh, they're not going to do anything like that. I didn't have the support. I should have never worked for anybody. I should have been one of those 8-year-old millionaires.
Wow.
Because when I saw the windshield wipers on the back of the car, I said, see, I told you. And there's only one car that has the windshield wipers in the front, and that's a Volvo. I mentioned that too. But when you look at a youth, you don't think they have anything that you can bank on or that you can take and run with. Our youth are extremely creative.
Absolutely.
And it is our responsibilities as people of age to encourage them and let them know you can do this right now. You don't have to wait until you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. If it's in you to do it now, let's sit down, let's see how we can set it up as a strong business entity legally so that you can get whatever resources that you need and start making a difference now. And I'm so excited and happy when I see young people do that. If I can do that through my son's foundation and help youth do that as well, And also, whatever direction God takes me to help people in my age group, to help do anything that can contribute more to this world and not think that you have no use or value, then it's okay.
I like
I'm
that.
here.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, this foundation in your son's name, what is your son's name?
It's the RDDJR Youth Empowerment Incorporation.
Say it one more time.
The RDDJR Youth Empowerment Organization. His name is Robbie DeLeon Jr.
Robert?
Robbie.
Well, I'm certain that I would make him proud.
Yeah.
I'm certain that
think
he's
so,
proud
too.
of you as well. And so we talked about this audience that you are targeting. Who specifically do you want to target in this business strategy?
That's a good question, and it's interesting. I'm an advocate for mentorship.
Yeah.
And just last night, my mentor and I had this discussion. And I think in this initial setting out is to make sure that people in my age bracket can step out and do a business.
Yes.
And to help develop that. But if there are some young people along the way, then I'm here to help them. But I want to focus on my senior, well, I don't even like to call them seniors.
Nah.
I like to call them
We're the
wealth
seasons.
developers.
We're the
Yeah,
seasons. We're
wealth
the seasons.
developers. Because wisdom developers, because they have so much to give.
Absolutely.
But they need to be encouraged to know that they have an arena to give it. If I can give them that arena, then I would be honored to do that.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much
for
for having
being
me.
here. What an amazing wealth of knowledge you are. And like I said, the Darlaina Rose, the brand, the Healing House of Roses, we thank you, but you are hired. So
Looking
thank
forward
you.
to it.
Thank you again.
Thank you again for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for being here. What an amazing guest today. Get your business in order. My goodness. Some of us are running around here putting the cart before the horse, talking about we in business and don't have no setup. Absolutely reach out to Miss Laverne's business. What an amazing thing. And if you had that thought that you too old or too young or too short or too this or too that, she is truly evidence that that is not true. We thank you so much for being here at the Healing House of Roses, watching the Darlaina Rose Show. We're so grateful for you. Thanks for being here. Bye for now. We have to watch where we're putting our cell phones. They cannot go in your bra. There has been research that shows that putting your phone in your bra could cause breast cancer. There's a study out that shows a woman who was putting it on her bra, and the tumors that she had are actually in the shape of a rectangle. It's the same shape as the phone. These phones actually come with warnings, but we don't read the warnings. The warnings are those terms of use, and we just say okay, but we never read it. iPhones come with a warning that says don't carry the phone on your body, and Blackberries come with a warning that says don't put it near your heart. Look at the warnings that come with these phones. We had no idea that our phones are emitting a form of radiation that could cause cancer. Not only is it bad for you to put it on your body, it's bad for you to hold it. This phone is off. Hold it to your ear like this, because it breaks the brain-blood barrier in the head. But what happens for adults is not as high as a risk as it is for children, because their brain is their skull rather is much thinner than adults. Muslimas, my Muslim sisters, walking around with the phone stuck up in their kimar, putting it up there and carrying it, that's also bad. The other thing that's happening is there is a gland that's right here in your cheek. More tumors are being discovered because people are holding their phones to their heads, and that same radiation is not only hitting your head and your brain, but it's also hitting your face and your cheek. So you want to get some headphones. If you don't have headphones, use speakerphone. Make sure you are connecting your phone to your car. And if you don't have one, go to Radio Shack and get one. If not, just try your best not to use your phone against your head or against your body. If you know people who have pacemakers, they definitely should not be having the phone here up against their chest. There was a study done with 150 men carrying their cell phones on their hip in their on their belts, and it was found that most of those men had lower bone density in their hips from where they carried the phone. Not only that, carrying the phone so close to your private parts, it is not good for sperm count, mobility, and it kills the sperm as well. So if you're trying to have a baby with your wife and all this kind of good stuff, it's no good to carry the phone right there. I'm looking at this study where it has been proven that the cell phone, that there's a cancer link. But I'm also reading that cell phone companies are bigger business than pharmaceuticals and the medical community. So they are using the same tactics as big tobacco and the pharmaceutical companies to suppress the information. The other thing is, kids, we give the kids the phone, to play with and all of that. They're holding it against their bellies and their stomachs and their private parts and up against their heads. They are at a bigger risk, not only as small children, but in utero too. So that means if a pregnant woman is using the phone a lot, it is causing problems as well. I'm going to read some of the statistics. It says people who allow their children to use the phone, especially pregnant women. It said in 2008, they did a research and analyzed the data from 13,000 kids and found that exposure to cell phones while in the womb and also during childhood were linked to behavior difficulties. So now they're saying that some of the behavior difficulties that kids are having could be linked to cell phone use. So it says, overall, the study revealed that mothers who use mobile phones were 54% more likely to have children with behavior problems. And later on, when the children began using cell phones themselves, that 80% were more likely to suffer from behavior difficulties, 25% more at risk for emotional problems, 34% more likely to suffer from difficulties relating to their peers, 35% most likely to be hyperactive, and 49% were more prone to problems with conduct. So think about it. How many kids are already having this problem? My goodness, they're not telling us. And even with the cell phone towers, as long as the cell phone towers are up, the signal is far away. But think about this. There's a website called antenna.com, and you can go on to there and see how many cell phone towers are near you. So I'm just going to give you a couple of tips for safety when it comes to your cell phone, because we're never going to get rid of them. So that's just not going to happen. But don't talk on your phone with it in your ear. Don't carry it on your body. Carry it in your purse, a bag, anywhere away from your body. Definitely do not put it in your bra. It has been linked to cancer and different tumors in the breast. Children should avoid using cell phones. I did not know that because I give the phone to my grandkids all the time for them to talk to their parents, talk to me, whatever. We all do it. So just be mindful that giving your children cell phones could cause so many problems. And reduce even your own cell phone use. The more you talk, the more you're exposed. Most of us have gotten rid of our landlines because we've all using cell phones. But guess what? Get back to using your landline. It may save you some health issues. try to reduce as many wireless connections as you can, because that's also the wireless signals that's being emitted throughout our house. Not only does it stops the repair of cells, it also disrupts sleep. You wake up sometimes, you're really, really tired, you don't even know why. And it has a lot to do with how much cell phone usage, how much wireless usage, even some cordless phones, they said, because the phone is on 24/7 waiting for a signal, you should keep the base of the phone at least 3 rooms away from where you are on a regular basis. And they said for the portable cordless phones, if you use one that operates at 900 megahertz, they're a little bit safer during calls. So definitely keeping the base of it away from you. The other tip is use your cell phone only when the reception is good. If the reception is bad and you have it on your ear, the phone is going to max power, max radiation to pull the signal from wherever it is, especially while you're driving or moving, because it's trying to connect to the next cell phone tower in order to give you the signal. Definitely avoid carrying a cell phone on your body anywhere. Don't assume that one phone is safer than the other, because they all are putting this out. And what they said was the intermittent signal is what makes it so strong and so powerful. And if you know that somebody is sensitive, try to be sensitive to that person and try to either turn your cell phone off. Can you turn your cell phone off? A lot of people can't turn their cell phone off. But turning the cell phone off when you are in, areas where somebody is sick or something like that. And definitely use headsets when you are on the phone, or when you are driving in a car or using the phone, period, because this is going to keep the phone a safe distance away from the body. So I am just amazed at some of the information that I'm finding, and when I find it, I'm going to tell it. So don't put your phone in your bra, don't talk to it on your ears, and stop giving it to your kids, because it's just bad all the way around.
The Darlaina Rose Show.